Start recording. Recording. Hey, hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys
What's going on?
and girls. Are you even
Yeah.
allowed to say that anymore?
Hey, humans. Fellow humans. These are my favorite
I don't
humans.
identify
Oh, my
as humans.
God.
Hey,
We're
did you know
going
that Demi Lovato doesn't like the term alien for extraterrestrials? Like, just in case, like, we're not, like, just in case, like, we offend them. I swear that's a real fucking thing.
No,
She
what
said
you're
that.
saying, I know you're speaking modern language, but what that translates to is, did you know Demi Lovato's pilot didn't get picked up and she needed to generate a little more juice, so she came up with some dumbass shit to say, and then now everyone's talking about her?
Yeah, I know. I'm. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
I just
fucking
get so
hilarious.
sad.
Okay, so you know how Jeffrey Jones is a convicted sex offender? You know, the principal from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
We're watching Deadwood. She's been trying to get me to watch it for years. It's fucking good. The one dude's.
Yeah,
I
it's a good show.
identify with the one guy so much.
Who,
I
Ian
put up the
McShane?
fucking the clip where he's like, "I don't want anything done that can't be undone 5 minutes after this fucking fiasco's over." And I was like, "That is my whole life.
Yeah.
That is everything." I was like, "That guy just explained how what it feels like to be me." It's like, if we have to do this, just don't fucking move anything.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while, but I
It's
remember it
good.
being really good.
But
Yeah.
there's mad actors in it. There's mad people you recognize. It's always that guy. It's like Lincoln. Like when you watch Lincoln, it's that
Yeah.
guy, the movie, because you're like, hey, that guy. And he's got a
Hey.
wacky mustache because it's the
Yeah.
olden times. So
Yep.
Jeffrey Jones is in it, and we're watching it, and she's like, oh, I like him. He's funny, and he's in other stuff. So you look up, yeah, he's Ferris Bueller. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's a fucking pedophile. I'm pretty sure something
Yeah.
really dark came out about that guy. So I looked it up, and it was he had gotten caught with pictures of little boys, photographs of little boys in questionable positions with questionable clothing, and pleaded no contest to it. So he had all these photographs. And the fucking episode we're watching, his character gets a camera, like in its new fancy big flashbulb camera, and he's all excited about it. His whole episode, his character is just all about this camera. And it was just so funny to read that and then watch him just try to just take pictures of the whole town. Or
Well, it's like
you fucking weirdo, you started this shit back in the 1800s.
Dennis and Dee's fucking dad, their real dad in the show. This guy from Seventh Heaven, right? And then didn't he have some weird thing with kids in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Well, he
Didn't
was
that
like,
actually?
save the kids. No, I don't
Oh,
remember what happened.
okay.
Because he was
All
the
right.
anti-Frank. They
Right.
found out their real dad was this awesome guy who went to Africa to help AIDS patients and they did the Save the Kids fucking benefits. And he's like, that's why it's ironic, because the character was the greatest guy in the world. He was this perfect,
Right.
squeaky clean, awesome guy. And then in real life, you find out he was banging the 15-year-old babysitter or something.
There
I
was
don't remember what it was.
a Michael Jackson video game for Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it? Did you ever see it?
No. There's a
It's
bleached
basically
white
like
joystick.
You're like a gangster. You're like dressed as in the video Smooth Criminal, right? And,
Which, once
and you go
again,
around-
he's giving it away. He's just...
and that self-reflective, like man in the mirror too. Like,
Yes,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, come on, he's really putting it out there, and nobody's picking it up for some reason. If he didn't have Quincy Jones, I swear to God, he would have been so done so much earlier. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
he didn't have those beats behind him, fuck.
Yeah, if he wasn't as massive... I mean, he was getting... So many people were getting rich off him. You know what I mean? It's not until he's been dead for a while that they were like, all right, the lawsuits are all done. All right, let's fucking get this ball rolling. It's business, baby.
I've
The
milked this
McRib
cow.
is back. You think they just randomly wake up one day and go, the McRib's back? No, the fucking numbers were down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. It is like a ploy.
Yeah.
But
all
yeah.
timing.
So the goal of the game, you throw change like coins and it explodes, and you can and you can fucking do some weird moonwalk thing or slide into them with your loafers, and it's any game back then you had to jump on the person to fucking kill them. And so
It's like a Mortal Kombat-y thing where he makes the noises whenever he's fighting. He's just...
yeah. But your goal is to save kids at the end of every level. Yeah. And I don't know. Obviously, he had something to do with the development of a game, right? About that, but it's not really throwing them off your trail necessarily. It's just
but then again, there's like the other side of it is people are like, Michael was the only one who didn't want to fuck kids, and he didn't want to protect him, and that's why they have this massive smear campaign on him or whatever. And it's like, if he was just a normal looking acting dude,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
But there's so much other weird shit with him, or you're like, I don't know, dude. He's probably fucking that giraffe. Like,
yeah, exactly. When you have like a fucking amusement park in your fucking house,
yeah,
and you call it what, Neverland,
Neverland.
Right? Yeah,
never tell a secret land.
Yeah,
never tell land.
All those kids actually could fly, but none of them have happy thoughts. That's the damnedest thing about it.
Just on the ground.
They can't get away.
Off to a running start.
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry we took a. I feel like every episode I'm like, oh, sorry it took us a while. We're human beings.
No, I haven't done shit. I've been telling everybody for fucking 2 years. As soon as this pandemic starts to chill out, I'm going on vacation. I'm disappearing and going to Europe and fucking. Man, what you doing to me? Get a dog. Get a game. We're going to war. All right, stop being a bitch. Yeah. It's just, and I mean...
Yeah, I don't know about going to Europe now.
My phone has been murdered by all of you. It just was blowing up so much with people needing things that I never really... Oh, whatever. And it just died, and I was like, lay to rest, my sweet child.
You didn't even, like, what?
I'll just turn it back.
Battery?
Yeah, it was just dying, and it just, like, it's one of those things where, like, you send somebody a thing, and then they call you 3 times in a row. And you're like,
oh God,
fucking damn it. I don't have anything on the schedule technically until fucking October. So if I really didn't want to do shit, I just wait for a big payday in October, which is fine, with an easy gig with a fat envelope at the end of the day, and I'll be home before the fucking sun comes down. It'll be fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I just been busting my fucking schnutz for the last fucking 2 years constantly to build up, to buy myself a little coasting time.
Yeah.
But that don't work when I hold the keys to other people's
happiness.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, people, well, I don't, it's mad. People are just like, I want to do a podcast too. And I'm like, yeah, it's not that hard. Fucking Google. I figured it out. I'm an idiot. People are like, did you go to broadcasting school? I'm like, what? It's like when
Does it
people
look like you watched the show?
Yeah, we went to fucking, like, we write the skits and like we write scripts of it. Like, you're giving us way too much credit. Any idiot could pull this off. Don't let me hold the keys to you.
Unless you try it, it seems like it's like a big... Because look, I have headphones and a microphone with a weird stand, and it looks official. And it's really just I'm sitting on a fucking couch in front of a heating system. Like, this is
half of your bar tab from last night on Amazon will have that shit on your doorstep tomorrow morning. And congratulations, you are now a professional broadcaster. But it's just the other, I don't know, whatever the fuck I do. It just
I feel like now, because podcasts are so common and everybody has them, and you're just like, when somebody new discovers that we, say me personally, have a podcast or has a podcast, they roll their eyes. Not because they think that I'm annoying, or maybe, but like they're just like oh wow, what do you have to say? I was like, motherfucker, I've been doing this since what, 2013, I think is when we started.
And we don't,
before anybody gave a shit.
Well, now everybody does this thing and they say the same fucking shit over and over again, and they just kind of repeat, and because they roll their eyes because they've heard so many douche chilling fucking awful shows where idiot half comedians spout their fucking opinions.
The only true crime thing we talk about is some sort of half-assed research story about some celebrity fucking a kid. And it's like every single one that we bring up is never a murder.
We're current events, man. I didn't fucking decide that's what was going to happen.
Remember that guy? You had to tell me the principal from Ferris Bueller's name for me to know his name, right?
Yeah.
But like, that's not current.
Yeah, dude, it was a guy from a show from 2004 that I saw who did some nasty stuff in 2002. Which, okay, that is even weirder. I forgot to turn that light off behind me. That's even weirder, is that whole photograph incident happened in 2002, and this episode of this show happened sometime after 2004.
Yeah.
So, like, there had to be, like, he raised the script. He's like, I got to be the camera guy? You know what I mean?
Right. Or he just acted for, like, a very
Speaking of fucking Michael Jackson, let's roll back to the Willy Wonka discussion. He lobbied hard
to be Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka, and he wrote like a whole soundtrack and recorded a whole soundtrack for it. And the studio was like, we love the music and we really want to use that, but there's no fucking way we're putting you on camera alone in a warehouse with 6 kids.
When did that movie come out? The fucking
No,
70s?
we're talking about the Johnny Depp one.
Oh,
I think so.
Oh,
I would
okay,
assume
yeah.
so. Yeah, because he was a little kid in this. Maybe the little black kid runs this whole
Well, I
place.
mean, still, like he, did the fucking. Didn't he do the music for The Wiz?
Yeah.
Or he was just in it, and I just assumed.
Well,
he
was
did
singing,
the music
yeah,
for
I
it.
guess, yeah. But yeah, he lobbied hard to want to be Willy Wonka, which I'm sure.
Yeah, at that point,
I'm sure a few therapists.
All that shit had already
fucking,
come out. Yeah, so, yeah, no. Yeah, well, I'm glad they made that decision, but at the same time, it's just I don't know.
So he's got a whole Willy Wonka
Johnny
soundtrack
Depp.
somewhere in the fucking.
Somewhere, yeah.
No, that one was very bizarre
and
movie.
E.T. soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
that never was released. Yeah,
oh, he did that too.
Yeah, remember that T-shirt that I have of Michael Jackson and E.T. like kind of arm in arm?
Oh yeah, I've seen
remember
that picture. Yeah.
That was a promo for the original soundtrack that he had recorded for
maybe
that movie.
He really is like this weird child-brained. I mean, that guy's been dead for how long now? We're still discussing it, but it's like he's this child-brained thing where he's like, well, I want him to eat E.T. so I could, write songs about him. They're like, he's a puppet, right?
We're all just puppets, Fucking.
I know, right? He's in the Hollywood system. It's gross.
Well, you have to be fucked up, dude, when you're like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Being like the star of the Jackson 5. So like, not only that, like the outside pressures that you get, but like internally, like
the inside pressures. I mean, really, God.
No, but I mean like from within your family. Like, so like he has a psycho dad, right? And he fucking, makes him do all these, terrible things. And then
terrible but effective.
Yes, absolutely. My God, his resolve. You know what I mean?
His work
Hitler
ethic was
a
fucking
madman,
crazy.
But like he set out to kill some Jews. And he did. He certainly did.
Boy, did he.
Results. But so what I'm saying is that like, imagine being like the youngest or one of the youngest in your family who was all musically talented, or at least forced to be, and
I don't know, Steve. Can you imagine that at all?
No, but I mean, like he's like the best one, and he's the youngest, and now he's got all these older. Imagine being like the supporting act for your little shit fucking brother or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tito must have fucking thrown a couple elbows. Fucking, you know what I mean? They must have fucked with him bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. What are the other ones? It's like naming the fucking reindeer. I can't, you know what I mean?
Tito, Jermaine, Janet.
Janet wasn't in the Jackson 5 though. Latoya.
Well, she's in the family.
Well, yeah, but then there's 5 of them.
Peter,
right? 5 brothers.
Peter Jackson, Samuel L.
Yeah, Peter Jackson. So I heard
the Samuel L. Jackson 5. I want you back,
motherfucker. So
give me one more chance.
That'd be pretty great. So I heard this song the other day, and I don't think maybe we'd be able to do it on the Patreon, but because YouTube finds songs and takes them down and shit like that. But I want to listen to like I think the most like epitome of like the most generic 80s song that there could possibly be, like, and it's Janet Jackson's When I Think of You. I've heard it on the radios for the first time ever. Nothing special about it. It's like every 80s song trope possible in this, and it's just like if somebody was like, "What's 80s music like?" I would show them
the synths,
When I Think of You.
I don't even. Yeah. I'm sure I've heard it, but I can imagine
the unnecessary drum fills
synths, and that snare drum that just sounds like
it's in a giant warehouse.
Yeah, something breaking the sound barrier or something. Yeah. Like when you're in a warehouse and you drop a piece of sheet metal. That's what every snare drum.
For sure.
That's what every snare drum in the 80s sounded like. Does it do the step up a key thing at the end?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. And then I should have listened to it before I brought this up, and I knew I had to.
We'll listen to it on the next
morning.
So you fucks want to hear that Janet Jackson shit, you're going to have to pay us.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay us. Wait, no. You can't say that. We are not making money off of Miss Jackson's,
We reached an
work.
out of a court settlement where she decided to show us the other titty from the Super Bowl. I've felt unresolved ever since.
Like 20 years later, we
Yeah.
got gypped so hard.
What could they have possibly been doing? He reaches over and just rips it off. And they're like, whoops.
Yeah.
I pulled on her shirt at her chest area, and her tit came out.
And her tit flopped out.
And there was a
But didn't
spadangled...
she have a pasty on
Yeah,
it?
she had a spadangled star pasty on it. So it's
A
like,
spadangled.
whoops. I don't understand. Like, it was actually I don't know. It was weird. Whatever.
Yeah, it was strange, but I mean, whatever.
It was
Did you watch this year's?
Yeah.
What'd you
I
think?
watched the halftime show. I thought it was fucking dope that they were like getting that recognition finally
Yeah.
on that line and being so close to Compton, like being in LA. But it is like
Being
a
in
corporate
LA,
gig where, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Because I know all the real lyrics to those songs.
Oh, of course, of course. But
It's bad funny. But
Yeah.
Eminem's part was probably the best where he's jamming with Anderson .Paak and they're doing
yeah,
that
dude,
song.
that was cool, man.
I might throw that song in the set list, honestly. People have told me to, but like when I saw like the energy definitely like locked in during that portion.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
And
Fucking when I first got the offer to move to California, I think I listened to that song like probably 20 times.
Yeah.
Because like, what better hype song than just go
Yeah,
for it?
it's great,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, just fucking do it. And it didn't work out, but still, it got me there. So yeah, if you're ever like procrastinating about something like doing the dishes or finishing your laundry, just listen to fucking.
Yeah.
What the hell is the name of that song? I don't even remember.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself.
You
Thank
lose
you.
yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go.
No.
There's a fucking like a edit someone did where he just keeps saying spaghetti. Like, it's like, vomit on his sweater already. Mom, spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm spaghetti. And it keeps rhyming spaghetti with spaghetti. It's fucking hilarious. Look that up, kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny videos actually from that performance.
The one where the
it's like-
rocket comes flying over and hits the airport from the other day, that was... Oh, we're talking about that.
Have you been
shit.
watching any
Yeah.
of that shit? The fucking Ukraine invasion?
Dude, well, we were
My
at
God.
Milky's the other night. Well, not like last week at this point, last Saturday. I guess it must have been the anniversary of Desert Storm or some shit. I don't know, but I'm talking to this guy, and I look past his shoulder at the TV, and I see night vision, green explosions. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I remember that. No, let's not do that. Oh, shit. Here we go. Here it fucking goes. And then it said something about like Desert Storm, Gulf War, or like this was,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so they're just showing, like, come on, you fucking assholes. In the middle of this tense situation, you're like, what's a good time to run some old fucking reel from back in the day? Let's take a little walk down memory lane. One of those Facebook memories of like.
Did you see that video of CNN when they were showing like air raid sirens going on, and then the fucking Applebee's commercial comes up, and it's like
chicken fried.
drink. Yeah,
It's perfect.
My God.
Put that in
Yeah,
a
it is.
fucking time capsule so the aliens
it
find
has
it.
to be. Yeah,
So
put
the
that in
aliens find it
documentary.
in the rubble and just be like,
So
what was their culture about? And it's like, that sums it up
That-
perfectly.
Yes, it does. At least American culture.
If there's
but-
any Russian chicks on Instagram that want to get out of there before shit gets hairy, you can come stay with us.
Well, just I'm sure a bunch of them work at the fucking falls. You ever talk to anybody who actually works there, like in the summer? They're all Russian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been planting seeds for fucking ever.
Because
They can
they're very
sneak
smart.
in. They don't look, you know what I mean?
Right.
The Chinese.
They're like, oh, you're white. Okay, come on in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Bring your
Yeah.
friends.
it's as long as you don't talk, they think you're fucking good to go.
I watched. There's a really sweet, fucking awesome series on Netflix called World War II in color.
Yeah.
And then they put out a
I
second one.
watched that. Yeah.
And they put out a second one called like Road to Victory or something,
Yeah.
and like it's awesome. It restored footage, incredibly
Fucking incredible.
beautiful. It's fucking amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And now, if this is World War III, what is that?
It's Hitler. Fucking
Oh.
just walking around doing this to everybody. And you're just like, wow, that's... You fucking idiot. You let that guy fucking almost take the whole fucking pie for himself? This
It
little
almost
tiny
happened.
guy
It's
with a
very-
micro penis and a limp wrist and a funny little mustache just like throwing hissy fits because...
Well, that was the first time I've ever, I think, seen, because they showed like a photo of him or him talking, and I didn't realize like his eyes were blue. I never seen his eye colors before. It was all just black and white. You know, it's just really
Say what you will
weird.
about the man. Real set of peepers.
Beautiful.
Real set of
Yeah.
peepers on him. It's really
I'm just
stop
saying,
you in your
it
tracks.
was odd to see something because we watched this evil man for years in fucking black and white.
You think his eyes are black and they're
exactly. It just matches the description. You know what I mean?
Like how fucking Daniel Day-Lewis had the eagle on his glass eye. You thought he just had swastika eyes.
Yeah, exactly. But now that I'm watching like World War III, essentially in like posted from soldiers' phones, it is the weirdest, mind-blowing thing,
because it'll make it more real. It'll make it more realistic. That's what happened with like Vietnam was the first, like World War II was rah rah rah, go get them boys.
Yeah.
Vietnam was one where they actually had correspondents going out and filming the shit, and they'd play it on TV, and real people in their houses were seeing what war was like on the battlegrounds.
Yeah, but
like,
that
whoa!
was up to the media to show, what, to edit things out or to only show small.
Well, yeah.
This is just people like fucking filming everyone, not just soldiers, but like the Ukrainians and Russians, and everybody is just fucking like.
But it's hard to tell there's
videos.
Mad fake. There's like shit from video games that people are putting up, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening!" And someone's like, "This is from fucking
Call of Duty."
Yeah, Call of Duty 4. It's like one of the little movies that plays in between your playing time, like the loading screen, and it's like just a building blowing up, and they're like, "Oh my god."
It's so horrible, dude. Today I saw that Anonymous, the hacker guy, was like, I'm declaring an all-out cyber attack on Russia. I'm like, I don't think we're at that point yet where we need this internet fucking, what do you call them, sleuths or fucking, you know what I mean? Like to like, I don't know. That's cool, I guess, but we don't know.
Russia's like, yeah, you're gonna hack our Facebook pages. That's cool.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, so that's done. And on to the next.
Right.
I was hearing maybe it's every day, and I just didn't think about it till yesterday, but there was like a lot of helicopters flying pretty low yesterday. So I was just like, oh. Did they finally put two and two together and be like, hey, if we take out this power authority, we're going to really fuck up the East Coast, huh?
That's what everybody was worried about. I remember my parents talking about it. I had no concept of it during 9/11, but everyone was worried that because doesn't New York City's power come from
that's what we've always been told.
Hours or something like that?
A good amount of it. Yeah, like if they took that out, there'd be a lot of major East Coast cities that'd be fucked. Probably. And if we say this and they hear us say this and we're the catalyst for this and Hillary Clinton sitting next to us, oh my God, did we just fucking create a whole
slew?
Hillary
Clinton?
No, I said Hillary Clinton. You heard Hillary Clinton.
I thought you said Hillary Clinton.
No, that
would be a good. I'm surprised the right hasn't come up with that.
Hillary Clinton, because they're not funny.
Yeah.
Because all the funny people are Jews on the left. Those are all the best comedy writers, but they all lost their sense of humor, so there's whiny little bitches. And now all these dorks are like, you want to leave America? I'll be back. And then a fucking bumper sticker with Calvin Hobbes pissing on AOC's head. You fucking idiots.
Exactly. Calvin. That's the only reason that they're still relevant is because they have fucking
him pissing on anything you don't like.
Yeah. Or the rebellious young man who pisses on, what have you.
Whatever.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sports team he doesn't like. You know what I mean?
I saw Truck Nuts again for the first time in a long time. Yeah, somebody's still keeping that going. Yeah. It's still disturbing, though.
I saw a video of, because pretty much it's all just big cat videos. They're because tigers are fucking dope as shit. And there was like an animal, and they had this toy, and it would literally just look like it was like a big sack. It was like a burlap sack type of thing with like something in it that looked like fucking balls, and it's a tiger just like playing with it and rolling around. And everyone's like, oh, he's so cute. It's like big cat, little cat. They play the same, and it's like, why did you have to make it look like testicles? Because it's like, I feel like my balls have hurt since I've seen that. It just looks like a giant tiger just destroying the fucking balls. Yeah. Like if they shrunk a tiger down and he just... And just
some people might be into that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ralph Cifaretto. It's a cheese grater on his dick. Fucking weird.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen Sopranos, this is not the show for you. Right?
Yeah. Or you guys just think we have a really weird friend named Ralph.
Yeah, well, I do. I have a weird friend named Ralph. I don't know if he'd go so far as to put a cheese grater on his fucking...
Was the first guy to ever vomit on record named Ralph? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
There's so many of those. Question. I was thinking of that. There's a politician or something his last name was Seaman. And I was like, God damn it. That'd be fucking like when the scientists decide, like, what came first? When the I would imagine the scientists making a press conference and going like, all right, we've decided. You know that white shit that shoots out of your dick? We're going to call it semen. And then everyone in the Navy and everyone who works on a boat, everyone whose last name is Seaman was like, what the fuck? What? Of all, why? Because it's like there's people in there, there's little guys in there, and it's like water. It's like they're in an ocean. It's semen. You know, it's really not a very inventive name.
The horrible waste that you excrete from your body is called excrement, and Danny Excrement's like, what the fuck?
Calm down, you piece of shit. Pipe down.
And then Seaman's like, get a load of this guy.
Danny Excrement.
You know, good old Danny Excrement.
Yeah, but it's like people change their names all the time. You know, I guess Ellis Island, one stroke of a fucking pen.
Yeah,
like Phil Leotardo said. You know, you could have just been like, when you get there, they're like, and your name, and you're like, Johnson. And they're like, oh, like the dick, right? Like, fuck. You can't escape it.
Our family name used to be La Barbara, and
La Barbara
Streisand. Yeah, that's when I'm being dramatic. You can call me that. So, but like what the guys at Ellis Island did was, you know, chop off the A essentially, and then ever since then, I've just heard nothing but, were your ancestors French haircutters? You know? Yes.
I mean,
yeah, great. Thank you.
Legitimately a place in Paris, and on front of the door it said "Les Barber."
Right.
I was like,
Les Barber. Yeah. But that would be Les Barber, not La Barber. Okay.
Yeah, La Barber.
Mine is Italian for the hair cutter. Get it right.
Fucking ignorant fucks.
You pieces of shit. God damn it, Danny Excrement. So I've been pumping myself up for this new Batman movie. I hope it's good. I really do.
I saw like on the fucking Amazon, whatever the fuck, they like, you click it, they showed like a clip, you know, like a couple minute like scene from the movie.
Yeah.
And of course, what is this? Why are you watching this? Is this out already? Are you watching it? Did you start at the beginning? What's happening? Who's that? I'm like, oh gosh, shut the fuck. They gave us 30 seconds of this and you talk through the whole thing. But yeah, it would look pretty cool, dark. He seems like a little pouty emo Batman, but he's like starting to be Batman. So he's still kind of
I think it's
parents
like
dying. It's like,
year 1 or 2, yeah.
He was a bit of a moody kid.
Right.
Well, how the fuck do you think this whole thing started?
Right.
He didn't handle it well.
No, he would, but like, you know, he went the extra step.
Well, I mean, if anyone could afford therapy, it's this guy.
Yeah, right.
They're like,
but instead,
Bruce Wayne, we have the top, you know, psychiatrist on hand to help you deal with this tragedy. And he's like, no, Alfred, more rubber, black rubber. Get a bunch of black rubber and meet me in the basement. And he's like, what?
No. So I've been watching like all the other, like I watched the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, and then I watched the Michael Keaton one, and the Michael Keaton one is really great, but it's really funny in weird ways, like not intentionally.
Yeah. I watched it recently too, and there's one that really stuck out was when he's reading the like the articles about when his parents get killed. And he puts together that Jack Napier is the same guy and the Joker is the same guy who killed his parents or whatever.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton's reading it, and like the music gets all dramatic, and he goes, and I'm like, yeah, let me just take my glasses off to get a better look at this. What the fuck was
Yeah, exactly. You're reading something.
And he takes his glasses off, like, and he tries to do the astonishment, and then he looks up and looks away. It's like you read it, and then you do that. And then, he like took it off and then squinted harder. See. Yeah. And he could have maybe got it totally wrong.
So,
sir, why are you beating this man senseless? Batman's nearsighted.
All right, so
he's beating up an actual clown at a kid's party. Never again, Joker. The guy's like, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kids running around.
Yeah, he's fighting an actual scarecrow just in life.
In a cornfield. It's just... All the birds are rejoicing.
Yeah, he's fucking an actual cat.
Or yeah, just murdering penguins and shit.
Master Wayne, how did you get poison ivy all over yourself? Alfred, I think we need to affix some prescriptions to the cowl.
Or his tongue is stuck to like a pole in the winter, you know.
See, you and Mr. Freeze work things out.
So in the scene in the 1989 Batman movie where there's like the big parade and Prince is playing and everything. And so I think that like Vicky Vale, she knocks, you know, the other reporter guy accidentally with her car, right? Isn't it her?
She's trying to drive away, and I think he kind of hops on the hood because he's
and
like
then
trying to fight
like
guys
stops
off.
And he flies into a pile of garbage bags.
Yeah,
but inside of the garbage bags was nothing but chicken feathers. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah,
and he's just covered in chicken feathers for some reason. Like, I don't. Did they show him alive at the end of the movie or something? Was he dead?
Yeah,
like,
no. They show him again when she's like at the very end when there's like some fucking when they reveal the bat signal or whatever, and she goes to walk over to get in Alfred's car. Yeah, he's there, and she's talking to him, and she gives him a little peck on the cheek, so he lives.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that explains the chicken feathers. I was just like, wait a minute. It's like one of those moments where, like, you know, a car crashes through a fucking crate of watermelons or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, here's a funny story about watermelons. So the other day, I was walking to Tops by my house.
Oh, boy.
Well, so normally people, you know, will kind of stop you and ask for like a cigarette or some money or something. And there was this gentleman standing outside of Tops, and he goes, "Hey man, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not looking for cash. I just want some watermelon." And I was like, maybe. Like, okay, that's interesting. So I was in there, not for watermelon, but I was like, wow, that's like, nobody's ever asked me that. Like, that was the most original ask I've ever got. So I bought half a watermelon, and I walked back outside, and he's standing there. And as I'm walking to him, he's like, yeah. And the security guard comes up behind me, and he's like, "Hey man, you can't be doing that to the guy." He's like, "You can't be doing that. You got to get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "Yo man, I'm just waiting for my man with the watermelon." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. My bad." So I gave him the watermelon, and then the motherfucker gets in his car and drives away. And I was like, but like, it's not even like, that's not the point. It's just, the point is like, normally if it's cash or if it's a fucking smoke or something, I'm not going to give you that.
Fuck off.
But a watermelon, he's like, I like how he just cut to the chase. He was just like,
yeah.
Am I echoing, by the way?
No.
In my headphones, I'm echoing everything I say.
Maybe you can hear me, or you can hear you out of mine. I don't know. I'll turn mine down.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, nobody's ever asked me that for water, or just was straight up like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Then he got in a car
like, I'm trying to get cash for the bus, or I need cash to like fucking get a taxi.
Will you buy me a salad? That was my favorite one I got in DC. It was just
really?
like, I told you, it was a woman who looked like Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh,
and she's just picking at her head, and she's like, "Would you buy me a salad?" Like,
did you?
No, she doesn't want a salad. She finds fucking crack. And I'm like, if you were,
why would she ask for a salad then?
Because she's a crackhead, and
clearly
she wants to
conscious.
convince because white people don't just give you money anymore. No. So if you say salad, white people love salads.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Will you buy me a yoga mat? Will
you buy me a small dog and an iced coffee?
You buy me some chakra crystals, please. And some tarot cards. I don't know what it is, but every white woman in their like 20s thinks they're a psychic. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Talk to anybody, at least in the jam band scene. Every single one of them thinks they can read your mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you just hang out with all the same types of people, and that's
you're a Pisces, aren't you?
Up.
You're a Pisces. You have that Pisces vibe to you. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I still don't know what I am, and I don't care. It's fine. I'm sure if I was born in July, I'd be a hunk of shit too. I would just be a sweaty hunk of shit. You know what I mean?
Well, Sean, you are a Sagittarius. So now you know.
You know what, man? If you
Right?
want to insult me, you don't have to do it on the show, okay? All right.
No, I am too. That's how I know. Our birthdays are like 2 weeks
My
apart from each
comedy
other.
special will be called Sagitta Hilarious.
Please
Hillary
make it
liked
fruity,
it.
because that's the only way I'm watching.
Hillary liked it.
Hillary
God, I
loves
can't get
it.
used to this fucking
Shout out to
reverse
Hillary.
image thing. It's not a mirror.
That is
I've been
odd.
looking into
See,
mirrors.
It's weird because I can't see shit. It's just
Well, because you can't. I got to figure out how to do the share screen thing. But it's not like you've been looking into mirrors your whole life, so you know how to do mirror tricks. But it's backwards now, so I got to go point that way to go this way. It's all
Mirror
fucked
tricks.
up. It's when you go to fucking England and you get in a car and you're like, ah, everything's upside down.
I always thought every time I see a movie that's like in England, because that's obviously the closest I've ever been to there. It drives me. I always try to imagine what it's like to drive on the fucking opposite side in the car and on the road. It's
It's funky, but you get used to it.
weird. I'm sure.
Fucking Alfred at the end of Batman, right after she says goodbye to Knox, she goes and gets in the limo or whatever, the fancy fucking Rolls Royce, and he's got champagne on ice ready to go. And Knox is like, "What does she see in this guy, Wayne?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What are you talking
You're
about?
like a shitty intern reporter with some crazy
Dude,
bat
he's
story.
also kind of like a date rapist. Now, I understand.
Yeah.
Not Knox,
Well, I'm
Batman.
saying when Alfred gets in the car, the wheel's on the other side. I don't know what the thing was in Gotham City. They did film all that shit in England. Fucking his house, Wayne Manor, the exterior, and the one scene where they're at the really long table, that's Nebworth. That's Nebworth house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
No
that's
shit.
where I'm going. I'm going to Bruce Wayne's house.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. So he has her over the house, right, for that weird long table date.
And then they
move into the kitchen. And Alfred tells that most boring story in the world. And that
we
was
went
the
riding horses in the mud,
last time
and he got
Master
muddy.
Bruce- Yeah, he got muddy. That was the first and last time I gave Master Bruce a riding lesson. Well, I think I've embarrassed him quite enough. And it's like, okay.
Let me tell you about the
No,
time we got a birthday clown for his 8th birthday, and he wigged the fuck out for some reason.
And he was a little drunk, and when he was backing out of the driveway, he accidentally ran over.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne's got some Chappaquiddick story.
Yeah. So he's like, Bruce Wayne has a glass of wine, and I think you might see him take a sip or whatever, but then he keeps like filling
He
hers.
fills hers
And then
up.
she's wasted, and they're going up the stairs, and she's like, I'm really drunk, and you're nothing. He's like, hey, man, one drink, I'm flying.
Yeah.
And then they start making out and shit. Now, but I understand he's got to be, the implication is he's sober to be Batman at all times.
Yeah, because in the comics he would drink like cider and pretend it was champagne, or even in the Dark Knight when he goes and someone
throws
someone put the thing of the two like at that party in the Dark Knight. Once again, sorry if no one knows what the fuck we're talking about. The party he has at his penthouse.
Yeah.
He shows up in a helicopter. The Joker shows up in the elevator with the cop or whatever, and it was like both of them made a big entrance. The Joker goes to take one of the champagnes and he throws the champagne out and then drinks the empty glass. And then Bruce Wayne shoves his over the fucking thing. And then both of them immediately go, "Where's Harvey Dent?"
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like boom, boom, boom. They both did exactly the same thing as they got to the party.
That's
fucking that
cool.
Christopher Nolan's a pretty clever fucking asshole, isn't he?
He pretty clever.
I guess all them fucking scarves do fucking make someone smarter.
He does wear an excessive amount of scarves, doesn't he?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, he's getting her all shit faced, and then even when he's Batman and he takes her back to the cave, and he's like, "There's one more thing I want," and then he takes her under the cape, and then she wakes
That's
up
what
in
I was
her
about to
bed.
think.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up in her bed again, like just put to sleep forcibly. Because like one more thing that I want, and then in the just a bunch of bats, fucking whatever. Some
That's what
sort
happens
of,
when
like,
he comes.
roofie bat. Yeah. But like he's like, what was the deleted scene like? He's like, there's one more thing. He's like, your pussy.
Well, he wants the film because
And if you're still up for
she
it,
was taking
your mouth.
pictures when they were lifting his. She had pictures of him.
Yeah.
And he didn't want
Yeah,
pictures
no, I get
getting out.
what-
She had him in her bra though, so when she wakes up, she immediately grabs her tit and goes, "You got the film." And I'm like, so even if he did just knock her out and take the film, it was still she was keeping it in a sexual place.
She was.
And the whole thing we talked about before when we did the Star is Born thing with John Peters being nuts, and Batman was like his. That's why I like this guy's nuts, and I hate him, but he also created one of my favorite things in the world, and he was a big reason why that movie got so fucking big. And he started this affair with Kim Basinger, and they came up with this third act where she's in white and she's being walked up this giant cathedral by the Joker, and they didn't really know why. He just demanded it was in. He completely rewrote the end of it. And Tim Burton said one of the most embarrassing parts of his career was when Jack Nicholson turned around and goes, "What the fuck are we doing? Why are we walking up all these stairs?" And he had to go like, I honestly don't know. The guy who paid for all this shit just wants us to do this, and
well, that's
kind of got to do it.
I guess they needed something because obviously the Joker is not like an opposing, like a, I don't know, he's not really a match to fight Batman necessarily. So his biggest challenge was fighting Ray Charles, essentially.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like before he gets to the Joker, this Ray Charles dude comes out and really kicks the shit out of him. Like,
hey, well, remember the Japanese guy at the beginning? Like, even the music kind of changed to be a little Asian, and he starts out, and I'm like, Jesus, that's a little fucking oof.
Yeah.
This is 89, Tim. This ain't like John Wayne. That whole thing was like in the 50s.
He's like, all right, I already stretched my my tolerant muscle by letting a black guy be the DA of this town. Maybe that's why there's so much crime, huh? Maybe he was the problem. Just get him out of office, everything would have settled down. Batman could actually have a normal relationship.
Yeah, he just chills. Hey, you haven't really gone out a lot. He's like, I cleaned it up. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I thought I had this whole thing I had to do, and
Batman opens his phone and sees defund the police, and he's like, "What?"
No.
Hey, Dick. Yeah, long time no see. What about putting the old fucking costume back on? I need a fucking hand, dude. These fucking, I can't do all this shit myself. Holy fuck! What are they thinking?
They're like, now we're gonna specially train crisis, social workers and Batman to like a social worker's gonna show up to like fucking Scarecrow like massively turning everyone into psychos, like, or something, the Joker blowing up a fucking hospital, like, hey, excuse me.
So what was your relationship like with your parents?
Right, like, how are you feeling today?
Yeah. Which, like, that comes after you subdue the man with the machete. Is then give him the counseling. But when he's waving a machete around in a public place, maybe, fucking tase him.
Right. Have you thought about not picking up a machete?
Fucking rule. How come it's in between not doing anything and 46 shots into the back of a fucking teenager? Like, how is there no middle ground? There's no, dude, taser videos are the fucking best, too. There's the one where there's like this bitch is getting kicked out of this fucking ghetto ass mall by this hilarious security guard who's probably the same guy from the watermelon incident. He's because they were trying to steal shit. They were trying to steal jewelry and shit from the mall. And then when they get caught and kicked out, they are like, oh, fuck no, this is fucking racism. And it's like, you see the guy, the security guard has a black hand. And it's like, he's like, gotta go, get the fuck out, gotta go. And there's all these like little kids circling around her, like the hyenas in the Lion King, and they're all just like circling around her, and they're just like, you gay. It's fucking hysterical. They're just like, you gay. And she's yelling at him and just being such a cunt. She's pushing him, she's hitting him, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna fucking tase you. Get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna tase you. And she's standing there just yelling and being a bitch and pushing him, and then he steps back and you just see Tase, and she just goes Frankenstein, just stiff, and just and all the kids are like, you gay, and it's just fucking hysterical. Because it's like, it's not, I'm sure there's some fucking deeper issues there that are not as funny, but just like watching anyone just get tased and just go stiff, going from being in 100% cunt mode where you're like, God, I wish someone would knock this bitch out, to just like stiff tase and then fall down and then wakes up crying like a child, like totally knocked her off her fucking high horse of being like, it's my right to come steal property from the store. Like,
yeah, right.
I don't, whatever the fuck.
No,
It's all going to hell.
Fucking
what
sucks,
I'm saying is, Putin, hurry the fuck up with them things. Put a couple of little whirly doos on the back of them. Speed it up. All right? Here's my address. I want one of these things to crash through my house like Donnie Darko.
All right. I think this is good for the free one because, frankly, I have to shit, and I don't know if you noticed, like the last
You're
5 minutes, I've been doing like this, just like trying desperately. I tried to let out a few farts, and it's not going to happen.
Are they warning farts or they're just horrible?
No, they're not actual farts. Like if I let anything go, if I unclench, I'm going to shit myself on camera. So, dude, I get out of work late, and
Patreon,
I woke up in the morning.
Patreon, everybody, sign up.
Coffee.
You can see Steve shit his pants.
And it's a giant coffee, as you see. And I'm gonna shit myself.
You should use that container and bring it back. It'll look exactly the same.
Oh,
okay, go.
Okay,
all right.
Everyone.
Sign up to Patreon to see
you.
post poop Steve and clear mind.
It's gonna be much more comfortable. Oh my god.
It could just be me and Hillary now. Hill Dog, what up? You got a shit too? All right, Hillary's got a shit too. All right, everybody go take a poop. Thurman and Lala podcast. Fucking go sign up to the Patreon. You get a free bonus episode. Every time we release an episode, we release a bonus one right after. That's usually a little darker, a little more fucked up. We kind of saved some special shit for that. We're getting them all, get on board. And we will invest that money back into our own addictions. No, we'll buy fucking shirts and something. I don't know. Fucking, what the fuck, man? What is this shit free? You think this is easy to sit here and talk about Batman every day? It's torture. It's hard work. Okay? All right. So for me, Lala, and Hillary, see you next time. Bye.